Hello there, it's Fiona from Weekly Sewing Bee. Okay, so today what I'm doing is a coverall for a trainer to look like either a dwarf's boot or even a pirate's boot. Now, it's quite deceptive because I've actually only got quite small feet. So I have made this video before and then I played it back and I thought I should mention it, that the reason it looks so odd is because I have such small feet. Okay, so what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to take a semicircle and then that will cover my toe, and then I'm going to take a tube and that will do the other bit of the boot. I'm going to attach it to the shoe with a smaller semicircle and that's going to be sewn in here. Now, hopefully, I can get away with just putting a bit of elastic between the heel of the shoe and then that will hold it securely. Okay, so that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to leave my shoe there just for the minute, and it is an old shoe, so we don't need to worry about being unlucky or anything. And so, I'm going to cut that for now, just to know that I have enough to cover that. And it is only just going to be just. I'm going to take the shoe, and with my cut edge, I can then mark around it. So making sure that I'm touching the table, as it were. I'm now going to fold that in half because I do want it asymmetrically, but you've seen how roughly I've cut that line. I can get rid of that shoe now. And the basic shape of this is a semicircle. Pretty much. It's not really that hard. And now what I need to do is really I should trim this slightly so that I can get my foot in there, as it were. So I'm just going to take a V off the top. Now the other piece of leatherette, I'm using leatherette by the way, I'm not using leather. Advantages of this, easily accessible and relatively cheap. And I suppose in a way we're going to actually do two unisex feet rather than a left and a right. Okay. So now I have my bits. The last thing I need to do is I need to adjust this so that I can place it on my line there. Now, I do want it at a slight angle, but obviously I can knock off that corner there that I've cut off with the other bit. And if I have that piece, I can show you that literally they're going to sort of match. They're just another little triangle. So that's what I'm left with. Okay. And then of course my elastic to go round the heel, which I think is called a stirrup cup. Okay, so this is the uppy bit. I don't need it cut, I don't need it sewn all the way to the top, but I do need the back heel sewn. Yeah, that much. So, and it's literally just so it holds it in the shoe. I'm going to sew right side to right side, so technically I'm going to be turning it inside out. I'm going to mark the middle here with a pin. This is the sole of the foot. And then just going to ease it round so that I've got the spacing right. I can either sew from the middle and then sew from the middle, or I can just pull it around now and have a little sew. So, and then I am going to follow both lines of the cloth. So I'm adjusting them slightly because what I want to do is I want to pick up the curve of the toe. So you see there, I'm not sewing straight, I'm sewing a bit, and then I'm going to pull this toe round. Okay, simple enough, isn't it? Let's get rid of that, let's bring in the shoe. Okay, let's separate these two bits because I use the same thread, and I'm going to turn this inside out, and this is going to slip over my toe. And I'm going to turn this inside out. This is just for demonstration purposes. We will be turning them round the other way again in a minute. And I have my V here, which is going to attach there and then come round the back. So what I now need to do is I now need to find where it's going to join together. So the point of the uppy bit and the top corner of the V here on my shoe, I'm now going to mark with a pin. Okay, now before I go any further, there is something I should have told you earlier. When I'm sewing this PVC, it's fine, the machine loves it, but what I do need to know is I need a slightly longer stitch, because if I put too many holes in this PVC, what's going to happen is I'm literally just going to perforate it. So as my pin as a mark, I am now going to join these two together, easing them round, and all I'm doing now is I'm sewing to the centre. Okay, and I need to pull the uppy tube out of the way and round, so this is my uppy tube, and then I need to attach the rest of the sole because I'm halfway now. Okay, a couple of reverse stitches. I do need it to stay together. And the reason that I thought overshoes would be better than making a PVC type boot is because if you're sending your children out trick-or-treating, they've now got some protection on their feet. So all I'm doing now is I'm sliding my trainer into the boot. Yeah, okay. It's not an easy thing, and as it's slightly stretched, I can then pull it, hammer it, you know, you name it, force it in. So yes, this is not the yes. There's easy parts and then there's difficult parts. Now, you can't have this too baggy. This is why I've been quite certain with my stitches and my stitch size and my cutting, because it's just not going to stay on. So you do need it probably ½ an inch smaller. So rather than measuring it, giving myself ½ an inch seam allowance and then taking ½ an inch off, so that it fits snugly and it stays there for the course of the evening, the show, or whatever reason we have this. Yeah, maybe I should have mentioned it. So yes, hem allowance, give it to yourself and then take it away so it actually fits on your shoe. But that putting it on is not the easy part. Okay, so the only stitches we've done are the toe. We've sewn up the back here, but I quite like this flappy bit. It's a lot more piratey. And then we have sewn this together. But yeah, sometimes cutting patterns straight to the material is a bit frightening. but it does mean that it folds naturally rather than paper. If I put a sheet of paper around there, it'll be all crunchified. Well, I hope you have a lovely Halloween. If you are going out trick-or-treating, then do stay safe. And yes, please like, share and subscribe. My name's Fiona.